Hello guys, welcome. So today we are going to be talking about subsurface scattering, and we're going to be breaking it down so we understand what it means. It's going to help us when we light our character. And we have been talking about lighting our character. We have been looking at different things. So if this is your first time, you can look at other videos and see how far we've come. So today we are going to be talking about subsurface scattering, and what that means is just the ability or phenomenon, not an ability, where light penetrates, penetrates or go through a translucent object and then scatters. It goes through the object, it comes in, and then pushes out, exits from the other side, and it creates a nice effect. Uh, I have some examples here for us to look at. You can see light. The light on this image is coming from this side, as you can see it. The light is coming from this point, and you can see how it's fully inside the grapes, and the grapes are translucent, so it has completely entered into this one's, in the direction of the light. You can see these other grapes still maintain their color because the subsurface scattering, one thing we must understand is it's also the intensity of how the surface of the form or the object scatters depends also on the thickness or density of the given object. So take note, it depends on how strong the density or thickness of the object is. For example, you can see how this finger, you can see how the light enters into the finger. That is to show you that even our skin is translucent, and so light can go through the finger and then comes out. See the light pushing in. The light comes in from this point, and then we get this other light, this new light, because when the light pushes into the skin, it takes the color of the object or the form. So inside our hands, our fingers, we have blood. If you look at the painting of John Nazaro always paints the thumbs, the fingers red to show blood. Those things help to show. So you see how the light takes a new color and then pushes out to these other sides. So it changes the tone. It depends on what's inside the object. So take note of that. You can see this is not red. It pushes in and we are getting cool layer and cool green, light green, kind of in the spectrum of yellow. So you can see how it pushes in and then create this new color to show how translucent the object is. And take note, then there's also the scatter, subsurface scatter. At these edges, this point of the image, you notice lights also scatter at this point. You can see it happening here too. At the points where the object takes in the light, you can see how it's strong like a rim light. But also on this point too is also there. You take note of that also when you are doing it in your car, doing it practically in your painting. You can see I have it here too. You can see light. This is an old painting I created, commission. Lights coming in from this point. Lights coming in from this point, and you can see the tree. See how the light scatters in and it penetrates into the tree. And see how I soften. Let's zoom in. How I soften that edge. I break it down, soften it so you see the subsurface scattering. So take note of that. Light comes in to a translucent object and then it passes out on the other side, and then it takes a new form, a new tone. It takes in the color, or it exaggerates, or I say intensifies the color inside that object. Take note of that. These, and make sure you understand that subsurface scattering don't only happen maybe at an angle. You can see the way this painting I created. We have our light, a strong light. Take note, it also depends on the intensity of the light. If you have light far away from the object or the character, the surface won't scatter that way. It won't be that strong. You just have your light, highlight, and cast shadow, as you all know. So take note of that. But when you have something like this, and we have our strong light coming in from this point, this is also the same thing happening, but I'm using my style. We've talked about this in our past video, using light in a dynamic and stylish way to fit your character style. So you can see the way the light is pushing in. We still have subsurface scattering here, but it's not that strong. So take note of that. You can see if we zoom in, you can see what I'm doing in this point. You can see how the light is there. This point too. You can see how the intensity of the light is changing on those points, even in the lips, the arms, but it depends. So take note of that. The intensity of the light also matters, how close the light is to the figure. Then, so when we talk about this, we are talking about subsurface scattering. Consider these things. Number one, intensity of not just the light, of the form also. Intensity of the light, and then density of the form, that is its translucency. How translucent is the object to take in light? Is it strong? Something like a stone, a rock, will not be translucent that much, but something like water, light can pass through it easily. Grapefruit, things that are soft, is like x-ray passing through a form. So the more dense it is, the less it will penetrate or transceive. The more soft, the more squishy it is, then the light can penetrate through. But take note of the density also. So I hope this one was learned something in this one also, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.